Just tell me who you are again.
My name's Henkener, and I'm with the League of Women Voters. I'm on the Ohio Board and have been following the redistricting issue. I've been the redistricting point person since 2006.
Okay.
So we've been around. I'm new to this. The League is very old to this. The League's been working on this for 30 or 40 years now, ever since the last constitutional amendment came into effect in 1967, and we didn't like what happened in 1971. The partisan gerrymandering started right off. So we've been working on this since then.
Can you give me a real quick rundown? What would this do if voters were to approve it?
Essentially, it is going to take the power to draw the districts away from the politicians and give it to citizens. We've learned over the last number of times that this has been done by either party that the politicians act like politicians when they're doing the redistricting, and they do what's in their best interest, not what's in the voters' best interest, and that's what we're trying to change. Ohio is a pretty 50-50 middle-of-the-road state. As we will find out this fall, we are a battleground state. And so you would expect our representatives to kind of reflect that 50-50. That's not what we're getting. The congressional districts are drawn to be 3/4 toward one party, 1/4 toward the other party. That's not what Ohio looks like. We want to bring that back and make our representatives be representative of us. And if half of us are of one party, we should have our representation too. So we're trying to bring that back. The other thing we want to do is really have, I think that we'll find out in November that we can pretty much predict who's going to win the November elections as far as our representatives are concerned, and those are the winners of the primary. What we're having is the primary has been the real battleground and not the election in November, and that's depriving a lot of people of really having some input into who their representatives are.
What's this mid-census review? How would that work?
The mid-census review is we would like to have this come into effect immediately. What we have right now is a partisan gerrymander. It's not representative of Ohioans, and we would have the district lines redrawn as soon as practicable after the amendment goes into effect.
So this group would come in and essentially redraw them before the next census comes in?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that we need to bring political balance back to Ohio, and we should do it as soon as possible. I don't know why we would want to have representatives that really don't reflect the values of Ohioans I don't know why we would want that system to continue any longer than it needs to. We'd really like to bring the balance back soon.
Do you expect that you have enough time to get signatures to get on this November, or are you looking at next year?
We would love this November. We have a huge amount of good government groups that are backing this, and every day we get more people who are just really angry about what happened this last fall and how partisan the districts are, and so there's a lot of energy there.
Are you using paid circulators to get signatures or just volunteers?
Right now we're using volunteers. I certainly think we're going to have to use paid circulators. That's certainly the history of Ohio in order to be successful.